Audio check, audio check. What's up, what's up? Sounds like it's good. Let's go. Boop. Hello, people. We're kind of tired, but we're awake enough to stream some Ace Attorney Chronicles because we want to know what happens next. And we think other people want to as well. So, yeah.
Although,
we're not the only people invested in this story.
I think we recommend the anime that's also been distracting us, though.
Oh yeah, we should also mention, we've been watching Gankutsuo. I want to get this in the right order. Gankutsuo, an anime that is Count of Monte Cristo, but also including space vampires. Which has very little bearing on the story, actually.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, when you said it's basically the Pride and Prejudice and zombies, but it's Count of Monte Cristo and space vampires, it's totally the same thing.
I just don't know what else there is in Pride and Prejudice.
This whole plot is happening, it doesn't matter that they're space vampires. Pride and Prejudice, the whole plot is happening, it doesn't matter that they're zombies.
But there's nothing else. The zombies are literally the only plot. There's I don't see what other plot there is. Mina, what's up? Thanks for the sub. Yo, Mina, do me a favor right now and just wait. How do I spell it? Let me find it. I want to make sure.
Look up something
we need.
aesthetic.
You have to look up this anime. Gankutsuo. Okay. Just Mina, watch this. Just search that and Count of Monte Cristo.
There's so many textures.
Count of Monte Cristo. Just look that up, Mina. I refuse. Oh, come on. No, trust me. Just look it up. It's the Count
like
of Monte Cristo as an anime.
Outfit, every person's hair, every single background is a pattern.
Just look at it. Even if you don't watch it.
We just want you to see.
We
what
want
it
you
looks
need to.
like.
One second. I need to move my face in the right spot. There we go. Even if you don't watch it, just look at it because it's aesthetic as fuck.
So busy.
It is the most busy image you will ever see. Welcome to Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I would have streamed this earlier if it weren't for Gankutsuo being so sick.
We normally start at 9.
Yeah, we normally start at 8. Oh yeah, see? See, I told you. I told you.
I want you to see what it looks like.
I told you, just look at it. Cause boy, it's got some business going on, and it's amazing.
It's like only the skin is not textured.
Yeah, the only thing not textured is people's skin. But yeah, it's also got the Count of Monte Cristo, which is also wicked if you've read the books, though I don't think many have. But it's dope. So that aside,
time to talk to Soseki.
It's time to talk to Soseki. Soseki, what's going on, man? Wait, is my head moving? Okay, good. It's not moving in a way I don't want it to move. Converse. Oh, we talked to Soseki.
Okay. Bye, Soseki.
Goodbye, Soseki. What did we want to do? Oh, man.
We went to Mrs. Green already.
We went to Mrs. Green. We need to see Garadab because of his sun swap.
Yeah.
We don't think there's a sun swap. Wait, there's definitely a person swap.
He knows the artist.
He knows the artist.
To be involved with these things.
Yes, and there's a person swap of some sort happening. 22nd February, Mr. and Mrs. Garadab's room. Oh, you're sitting. Oh, you're here now. You're home now, Mr. Garadab. Right, bally business it is for me, you know. Getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally, fate of my lodgings hanging in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss. Your voice acting is being so good and consistent. I was able to do the Last of Us audio only while driving.
Yay! Because you can tell who people are.
I'm glad that I'm glad. Thanks.
It's true. When I go over when I'm too sleepy and I lie on the couch, I can tell who's
I'm glad that you
talking.
can tell who's talking. I know sometimes it gets muddled because sometimes you have there are some voices where I'm just like, oh, I kind of use the similar voice.
Well, also, some of your muddling is if Naruhodo versus Usato is saying something, but it's from the protagonist, so it doesn't really matter.
Or like just my attempts at feminine voices. If there's a lot of them in one scene, that's when it gets real bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad. Wicked. Not a child miss. The fate of what's already been dubbed by your haunted lodgings, yes.
Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion already. As the old haunted lodgings or some such.
Ah. Well, at least he knows. So he's to keep it up. I will do my best to.
Makes you wonder what the blaze is going on, don't you know?
Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago. You were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened.
Oh, he's taking a lot of pulls this time.
Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business.
I see. Right. You had to deal with the beast. As she's referred to in this story.
Oh, his rings are moon as well.
Oh, his ring is a moon? Oh, nice.
So
I didn't catch that. Okay, that's a fun little detail.
So, what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh?
Menu? There we go. that took a little bit of time for the menu to show up. It's like, I would like to let you know what it is. Your lodgings or your lodgers? I like that. Lodgings.
Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Thanks to that Bali curse.
Whoa. The convict's curse, you mean? You're sweating a little bit there. You also don't want to look at me. Okay.
Heard the stories, have you? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here. Then the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then there was that woman who dropped dead just outside on the street. Not to mention the actor yesterday. My next? Well, I can't help but get the collywobbles, can you?
When you say the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green?
Because Miss Green, who was stabbed by the knife, and Mr. Shamsphere, who was poisoned last night, they're both very much alive still. They're fine, man. They're good.
Yeah, but those rumors don't keep up with the actual facts. They'll
Yeah.
just exaggerate.
Oh yeah, they'll be exaggerated. She'll be like she was brutally stabbed out on the street in broad daylight.
Yep.
As well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings.
No
A
window.
bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Why, it sounds like the lap of luxury.
Sure it does.
I'm not so sure about that. I don't know about that, Sholmes.
Well, there's no bath or toilet included, and no fireplace either.
Oh.
There's, no, but
Literally just a box.
you do look out for your tenants, don't you? Oh,
He
Sholmes.
looks out for when they use the gas.
Yeah, he's looking for when they use the gas. By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here.
Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things. In case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you've had your mishap already, sir.
That's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes.
Heaven forgive me, the words just came to my lips.
Oh, Sholmes, just he's going through a lot right now. How crazy.
Some fishy fellow from...
Oh wait, did I pick the same thing twice? I think I did. Yeah. Oops. Whoops. No need for that, Mr. Godo.
That's right, Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy.
Oh, okay, I
He
did pick a new
starts at
thing.
the
He
same
starts the
both.
same, like, quote at the start of both.
He is undeniably peculiar, however.
Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away?
Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with, background, as it were.
I like that pipe spin animation he's got. Just like, wee! I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually.
So, how long has Mr. Shamsphere been lodging under your roof?
That failed actor chap. Let me see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it.
Only 3 months? He's quite new here too, then.
And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garadeb, if I might ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel, as it happens.
Selden? The convict, you mean? Do Selden and Shamspeare have some kind of connection then? Are they the same guy? Da-na-na! Shamspeare's tenancy.
That convict chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago now, you see? Some malady or other.
Yes, we've seen the report from the newspaper at the time.
Well, it was only 3 days later that the tragedian showed his face. The actor fellow.
Really? How suspicious?
Yes, I remember it quite distinctly.
Oh, 'tis small, this world we inhabit. Prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamspeare, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered erewhile for rent.
Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. Already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor room's vacant, though.
Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee.
Those curs must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor's taken. It's ground floor or nothing.
Very well. We have an accord. You know why? He wants his old room back. 'Cause it's him! It is him! He's gonna take off the big curly wig, and we're gonna be like, it's Murder Man.
Glad to hear it. Welcome to Brighton.
Lo, a Shamspeare dance to celebrate. How is his dance the least, like, charming animation he has? Can you just... Can't you just move the other tenant for me? Lo, a Shamspeare dance to celebrate. You know what it is? I bet there's some, like, evidence of his crime or previous life in Book Room.
From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months in arrears with the rent, too. Yes, the fellow's a bally player, all right.
He's only been here 3 months, and he hasn't paid rent once.
He has been here 3 months, and he has paid rent 0 out of 3 times. And he has stolen gas. He has contributed negative money to this building.
Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadeb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal lodgings in me.
What are you... Shomes? Kitty Shomes?
He looks like Kitty Show.
Nyan Nyan? What's happened to you?
Shakespeare, my dear fellow, one of his most famous lines. I wish to divulge my own learning of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know?
Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines, then?
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the heart to remember the lines or forget them entirely as the years go on. I don't remember any Shakespeare at all.
Maybe like 1 or 2 lines, like out damn spot. That's a big one. That's a big line.
It is.
And then there's the, oh no, Romeo, you're dead. I'm die. Oh no, Juliet is die. I'm die.
I was gonna say, well, I think we remember the overall story.
Yeah.
Just not lines from it. I don't think I remember the lines from anything that's literature.
Yeah, the lines
I remember,
are...
like, movie and song lines, but I don't remember book lines.
Yeah. I mean, I've only encountered that, like, 1 time in my life. Each of the Shakespeare stories I reference. So we have conversed with him. This tenant is a jackass, is basically what we've gleaned from Garadeb. Yes. Hey, here's a picture of you.
With a guy.
With a guy.
Have you seen this guy?
Who's this guy? Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to look at this photograph? It looks like you're in it. Is that your son who's with you there?
No, not at all. He was lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name.
Duncan Ross.
He's Bob Ross.
Is he Bob Ross? It's not Bob Ross. Oh, he's got a bob. And he's Ross.
Yeah.
He's Bob Ross.
But he's an artist.
Mr. Ross.
Street photographer happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really. Hey, you have a camera? Photograph me.
Was he by any chance in the lodger here before Mr. Natsume?
Yes, that's right. Ah, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say. Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap.
Would you mind telling us a little more about him? The lodger's death.
Yes, Duncan Ross, a young chap who was attending our school. Had to work to pay for it, for mind. Moved into the middle floor room about a year ago, after that criminal Selden was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them.
Because they're cheap.
A history of cheap rent, maybe. Yes, I guess it's because they're cheap.
Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month ago now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodger's up to at the time. So sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me, it was. Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death.
Yeah, a gas, death, totally identical smell. You'd never be able to tell them apart. You'll be like, am I at a gas station or a funeral? Who knows?
Called the police straight away, of course. The officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all barely collapsed.
Because of the gas?
Yes, the room was full of it. No air at all. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed.
So Mr. Ross suffocated to death.
Of course, police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house.
But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night while he's asleep in bed.
Well, that's the bally curse. The convict's curse. I've done my duty as a landlord now.
I replaced those pipes.
I replaced the...
Where?
I've replaced the pipes. What else could it possibly be?
Someone's feeling defensive. Did you not actually change the pipes? Did you just say you changed the pipes, Garadab?
Oh, reminds me, actually.
Yes?
All of his tenants don't seem to pay rent, so...
Yeah, your tenants seem to
I
not...
don't think you would have money to change all the pipes.
Oh, about young Duncan. Night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady.
Mrs. Green?
A love letter, you mean?
Yes, where did I put it now? Ah, here it is. Left it on my desk. If you'll excuse me, let me see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence?
Yes, and we'll deliver it, too.
My dear Miss Sasato, that is precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me. That makes it okay.
I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no.
Sadly, it didn't address it, though. So I've no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really.
I see. That's gonna play on my mind. Is in the court record? Can I look at it? I want to look at the court record.
But really, the identity of Miss Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case.
That's Susato. We've seen his picture with somebody
We've seen his Of course it has bearing on the case. It's gonna go in the court record. You and I both know this, Susato.
I think we should leave well alone.
You hate reading people's diaries and notes.
I suppose you're right. Susato,
there's
so many clues in people's personal information. You just need to not care. Just let us investigate. Come on.
Indeed, the attendant recipient's address is missing. However, there's a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart.
Is it Miss Green? It's Miss Green. It's gotta be Miss Green.
Mr. Sholmes, please. I've already had to chastise you about this once.
Well, he's not listening.
My undying love to you, my colorful darling. Olive green.
Oh, I changed my mind. This is interesting again.
It does relate to the case.
Olive
We
Green?
know her.
What? The woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged her in the back outside this house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case Soseki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Okay, wait. What if, in a crazy series of events, the knife didn't fall out of the roof by accident? Like, the knife fell out of the roof by accident, but it didn't land in Olive Green. And someone picked up that knife, and it was Selden. It was the ex-murder man who wants to get rid of anyone who was in his room. Regained consciousness only yesterday. Is there just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence?
It's never a coincidence.
Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean?
Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mr. Sato. See, it was a good idea, wasn't it?
Can we see the letter?
Can we see the letter? Am I allowed to see the letter? Oh, we're just in front of Mr. Garadeb again. Cool. Letter. Oh my gosh, Susato. Come on, Susato's blocking us.
Yeah.
That
Takedown.
that evidence is gonna be so important. I bet it is.
Does Mr. Garadeb have anything else to say?
Garadeb, you have anything? He's
Okay,
out.
let's go back to the hospital.
Let's go back to the hospital. Hey,
Because what I wanted was to present her with the letter.
yeah, we want to give her the letter. It's okay. We'll give her the letter. I'm sure we have the letter in our inventory. We're not allowed to read it, though. That's probably what the situation is. Oh, shit, a rat.
Gone, probably.
I mean, not necessarily. The character models usually load in after. See, Susato,
I'm not nosy, I'm a detective.
22nd February, St. Bartholomew's Hospital, Recovery Ward. You know what I should do? I should make one of my, like, channel reward points to, like, do a voice and say a phrase. Just, like, a voice of a character in the game I'm currently playing. And then a phrase, and then you can get a nice, clean audio clip.
Of Shom saying this.
Shom
Naruhodo
saying this.
Or my Shom saying this.
Yes. Susato saying this.
Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is now well enough to be discharged at last.
This is good news. But hopefully just before she leaves.
Oh!
What is it? No! No, Olive! Miss Green, stop taking drugs! Oh no, you gotta voice my quotes for free. Oh well, Mina, of course I'll voice your quotes for free. You get that privilege.
It's gotta be Lucky Charms, man.
Oh, Magnus? You want me to say a Magnus line?
Yeah, I just gotta think of a line for you.
Okay. CaptnmcD wants me to say something in Magnus voice.
So you can continue.
Okay,
until
okay.
I think of something.
What was that? She clearly just said something behind her back. Olive,
One moment. I'll be with you in a jiffy.
No, we don't care if you're hungry.
I'll be with you in a
Drink all
jiffy.
of that.
okay, what is it?
Oh, hello everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together.
So you've said.
Miss Green, what were you just doing? Oh, nothing, really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all.
No, I was about to
Well,
end it. But we're gonna give you a reason to live.
I mean, oh.
A letter from your sweetums.
A letter? We have a letter from your sweetums. We were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's alright.
I don't really have anything else to tell you.
She's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. Hospital discharge. Let's just talk to her. It's wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green.
Oh yes, I mean, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat.
Oh, she certainly doesn't want to seem to be in the mood to talk. That's for sure. Present.
Oh,
What if we
is
just-
that there? Is that the front?
Where is it?
What is that?
What's what?
That cue card.
This cue card?
Oh, receipt.
A book receipt
I was
from the
like,
last
It's
case?
the right shape. Can you show her the picture of Daredevil in here?
Hey, do you recognize this man? You know this guy? Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. Oh! Oh, look at her little... Oh! Her little shocked face. You knew him, didn't you? Oh! Oh my god, we killed her!
Oh, you got the stuff.
Uh-oh, the stuff!
That's good, now she can't drink it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. The Bodison medicine fell down when she did. Wait, that's not medicine. That's Danganronpa.
Oh, Miss Green, are you alright?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that.
No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan, a year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved. Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. And that's why he decided to move into a cheaper room, to save money for a wedding.
Oh, so
Oh.
feels bad about it.
Oh no. And that's what led him to Mr. Gerdeb's.
Yes, he told me he'd found the worst, but cheapest room in the entire East End.
Oh man.
And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. So terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now. Past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad.
I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but... Would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo, says a mystery voice. Is it Sholmes?
Surely you were not about to leave.
We could give her the no.
That's quite out of the question.
Oh, Miss Green. What, Mr. Sholmes? I didn't realize you were here.
But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always.
Well, make your presence known next time. Oh shit, the rat! No!
Dead.
Rat buddy!
Yeah, and she was
Rat
drinking
buddy!
that. That's what I said.
She was
just
gonna.
trying to
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
she was
"I'm
gonna.
done."
Yeah, she was gonna like. I'm out. Rat buddy, no!
Mr. Sholmes, what's this about?
Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart.
We just prevented a death.
We're going to prevent a mystery from happening.
What do you mean?
There's a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna observe.
All the clues you need are set before you.
Dead rat.
You need only look, and you cannot fail to see.
You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can.
I wonder what could possibly be of interest right now. Da-na-na-na-na.
What? She left a note there. I would read the note first.
But they're gonna be like, it definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere.
Yes. It may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it.
Rat buddy.
Rat buddy, no! The mouse seems to be dead, look. I didn't notice it there before, did you? Did you?
I think it's perhaps the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. Wait, that's not medicine!
It's poison.
But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
Sure is.
Oh no, Ryunosuke, you don't think.
Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That of a tragedy about to take place.
Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before spilt out on the floor. And the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. Ah! I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison.
Yeah, that was like an instant.
Yeah, that was like instant. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently.
Rat buddy. No, it's dead. It's getting engraved now.
Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life?
Ah!
Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison.
No! Miss Green, please talk to us.
Oh
Right,
no!
can we read the card
Now we
now?
have to talk. I'm guessing. There we go. The card.
Neither the sender's name nor address appear to.
Oh wait!
It's the other part of that.
It's the other part of the envelope. Oh, we need to know what this is now.
Neither the sender's name nor address appear to be written on the envelope or card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What? Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Where's that on the map? Where's that place on the map? I gotta know. Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day. It's the day you were stabbed on Briar. Oh my god. The thing I said. Oh man. That knife wasn't an accident. Yo, what if knife didn't fall out window? What if, cause you know, they're just like, oh, a bunch of things, whatever, right? Yo, through the fucking hidey hole with the soap.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, it was through the hidey hole. So the book fell and she looked over and he was like, perfect.
And 5 p.m.
It was precisely the time when the incident occurred. A Slug and Salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road.
Briar Road, being the street that Mr. Garadev's house is on.
Does this mean that?
Yo, that was a fucking hit. That was an assassination.
Yes, I'm sure you guessed. That day, when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the Slug and Salad. Oh, goodness.
So that's what you're doing on Briar Road that day.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
I mean, you didn't have to have a reason to be on
I
the
mean-
road. They were just like, somebody's been stabbed.
Yeah, that
Going
was
from place A to place B.
yeah, the where you were going seemed not incidental
yeah.
at the time because we thought it was just accidente. But now it's like, no, it's a straight up assassination. Suicide.
Time to get Mrs. Garadev out of jail.
Yeah. But what if they're like, we can't undo the because I remember post this trial. So, two things to know about this trial. One, this trial was not talked about in the future. They're like, no, after this trial, everyone shh.
Nobody can
Talk about this. And there's multiple reasons it could be. It would fuck with the justice system. It would paint certain people in bad lights. Maybe confidential information came up. Now, the fact that we have to look at this means it's probably related to the poison research.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well,
Because
I think it's related to the whole shady people in charge.
yeah, it's bigger picture thing here. So we'll see.
10 seconds later, we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green.
Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted.
Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine?
Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while, so I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains.
I'm afraid I don't really know,
You're just like,
but I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow.
Oh, man. Miss Green. Oh, no.
Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things.
Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison.
Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done?
I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection.
No, none.
We're not even returning it to the hospital. Sholmes is just he's confiscating it.
I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now.
no.
Oh,
I've told you everything.
yes. I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you. Can we see the painting? Can we see the painting?
No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison, and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end.
Yo, what?
It might sound a little conceited, but well, that's how all this has made me feel.
Just like, oh, okay.
Oh.
No easy way out.
No easy way out. You gotta live this. You gotta live this through. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Oh, it's nighttime now.
Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today.
Yes, it's late.
And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in the court tomorrow, do you think?
Depends if it's in our court record or not.
Details about Mr. Shamsphere, Mr. Garadeb's lodgings, the convict, Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we're yet to see the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway.
I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis.
Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean?
Yes, will they have found strychnine in it or not?
Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper.
Oh dear.
Yes, Barak Van Zeeks.
But I wish you every success, of course. And though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial. And
Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come?
indeed, whatever happens, I shall be there, assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning.
Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's cause until the very end. Dun dun dun! We just have to believe and go in and hope. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people.
And only 10 jurors.
And only home to 6 million people and only 10 jurors. Oh, that's perfect. But away from the razzle-dazzle, down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here, and so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us. For all of us. Dun-na-na. Dun dun dun. To be continued. Oh, we're gonna keep going. It's early. We were in one of those moments where we're like, we're not sure how long we're gonna be. Oh, actually, no, it was one of those. If we continue, we're gonna keep going. Moods. So we have to call it early last time, or not call it early, but call it when we called it last time. Anyway, trial part 2. 23rd February, 9:23 am. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Whoa.
Hi, Soseki.
He's right up in there.
He's just. We're just dealing with him immediately. Soseki. Soseki, are you good?
And this is it then, Mr. Naruhodo.
We're not even gonna address him because we know he's weird and freaking out, so it's fine. It's time to put an end to this now. It's the miserable curse that's been plaguing Mr. Natsume. To everything.
And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you.
I always appreciate your help, Mr. Sato. Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined.
Well, you weren't talking.
Ah,
Good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume. Good morning! Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Listen to you two, chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! Why would you do that? Why?
oh dear. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting! What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Oh, such like. That's the sort of valued conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid. Somehow. You'll have to forgive me. Oh, how could I have... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. That's my bad, of course.
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example. Oh, yes, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday.
I don't think he has an
I was sure you'd abandon me and return to a beautiful, long-lost homeland.
We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet.
Oh my god, yeah, that's right. This is our 3rd trial in a week. And like, quite eventful it has been.
When we first got there, and then we had a few months of nothing.
And then we had a few months of nothing because we weren't allowed. Nobody talks about the trial. We were disbarred. We're not allowed to practice. Yes, well, anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. I've actually reached an important decision myself.
You're going
Oh? Oh, what sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial.
that he's leaving immediately.
Oh, it's that he is leaving the second he is able to. Alright.
It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all.
His eyelids did not cooperate.
His eyelids did not cooperate today.
It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits.
It's a very clear message, I think, that he's overslept again. The great detective, my arch nemesis. Long may he stay away, if you ask me.
Nobody did.
Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately.
Thank you, Bailiff. Thanks, Bayleaf. Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The trial? That was today? I could have sworn it was tomorrow. It was tomorrow.
Didn't that happen
Yesterday.
I thought we already helped that Mr. Natsume fellow. Didn't you go help him in court with that already?
The truth is hidden here somewhere. I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client. Keep fighting to the very end. That's all. Even. Hold on to the feeling. Street lights. People. 23rd February, 9:40 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready.
Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury, chosen by lot to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed?
Okay, hold up. You want to tell me that in this day and age,
6 million.
6 million people, they drew lots? Like, what the fuck had 6 million names in it? Even if it was like, no, only eligible people, 100,000. Even that would be ridiculous. This just, how lucky are we?
I think it's that we're unlucky.
It's that we're unlucky.
You know what they did? They were like, eliminate anybody with ties to the case. That should narrow down the pullings. And then they were like, oh wait, we pulled from the wrong hat.
Oh yeah.
This is only people with ties to the case.
Yeah, we'll put all the people who are tied to case in bin A, and then everyone who's not tied to case in bin B, and then we will draw from the people in bin B to get our jurors. What? Draw from bin A, got it. People directly involved with the case as jurors.
Are you ready to proceed?
Absolutely. Just will be done, you mark my words.
I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right.
Oh, well, I wonder if you could adjust my hat for me, and please be as ruthless as you like. Please step on me, mistress. Get out here, juror number 3.
Thieves deserve to die, if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the man at all.
The victim should have been
Look,
dead.
I said it yesterday and I'll say it again now. I lost all my money gambling and I need to make it back up before tonight or my wife will kill me. I've got my own problems.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here. Our leaders flocked to a righteous verdict again today.
Oh, that was actually on topic, old man.
Wasn't.
Now, Lord Van Zeeks, what can you tell us?
This trial is already over. You can tell there was poison in the tea. Based on our defendants' things yesterday. What? No way. Oh, things suck. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's do the dance.
In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea.
So he does have the results. There was poison in it. We can all go home now. Yeah, he's super happy about this. Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the blackguard in the dock. Pray allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar of soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed frozen reddish liquid in a little depression in the top of it. Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains of the yacht analyzed it, and yes, you're right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substance in it. Oh, that's... That...
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Okay, wait. Now how does this go wrong?
I was gonna say, that means you can't
In other words,
say.
the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear. However, there was a second bottle of liquid that we are blaming on him anyway. What a revelation!
Yay, okay, but. Yeah, okay, but. Where's the but? As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless here.
Objection. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese
We're
reaction.
jumping to conclusions, says the man who said there was surely poisoned the tea, and because there's no drop, we can assume it was true.
Yeah, it's jumping to conclusions. That's rich coming from the guy who's like, we have literally no proof of this poison in the teacup, but it has to be him.
Yes. So now that we proved that the tea isn't poison, and we're saying, great, so it wasn't Soseki. That's our conclusion?
No, that assumption was wrong. We're gonna make a new assumption.
We have evidence for that conclusion.
What?
Yes, it's true. No poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty? My word, the water in the ocean is extremely salty, Council. This metaphor is perfectly one-to-one to this situation.
Captain McD is doing the groan that I do.
The water cycle!
Let the rage flow through you.
It evaporates, but the salt doesn't. And then it rains, and it comes from high ground, through rivers and stuff, into the ocean, and
Listen, we know that the tea didn't have the poison, but that's obviously not how Soseki did it. He obviously did it a sneaky Japanese way.
Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shakespeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
So the gas thief that nobody trusts anymore says it was Soseki.
Yep.
And now that you have absolutely nothing to prove it was Soseki.
Yeah, no, they're gonna find.
Still believing the gas.
Listen, we're gonna find 100% proof that it was Soseki. We're gonna find it. We'll find it if we have to make it up.
He's bringing the lawyer back to the witness stand as, but trust this lying witness.
Yep, we're gonna trust the lying witness. I mean, it's gonna happen. We know the game.
I know.
I will uphold the prosecution's request.
It just...
Mr. Shakespeare.
Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend.
Bailiff, show Mr. Shakespeare to the stand.
What if only the top...
What if only the top half of the tea was poisoned, the half that he drank, and the bottom half for the soap?
Poison.
This poison, not all
It was
a light poison, and it was a layered drink. Have you never had a B-52, Mr. Naruhodo? The cream is on top, and it makes the shot look really cool.
But when you drink that,
But when you drink it,
when you drink it, they mix.
That's gonna be our argument.
Oh,
Mr. William Shakespeare, the victim of this despicable crime.
Oh heaven, oh hell, let's rock. Mr. Shakespeare's ready for some Guilty Gear. Your schedule needs to be fixed so that we can play Guilty Gear again. Someday, we'll get it working. Do you command me to remember? Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a bellyful of the foul fluid given in mine innocence.
Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps been...
Oh my god, why am I jumbling this easy sentence?
The witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company, yes.
One may smile and be a villain. Forsooth, 'twas I, Shakespeare, did have a roomful of the sweet fuel given.
Yeah, also...
That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget, this man's a rotten thief.
He was also living rent-free, guys.
Yo, this guy was literally living in this man's house rent-free.
He didn't pay.
He did not pay. He was living in there rent-free.
I've forgotten. Kept all about the ice coins tie secret, didn't you? Should have owed up sooner. I wish I knew that trick.
Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the guilty sting in my tail. Oh, indeed, by dint of vile and cowardly means have I plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure.
If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here?
Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me.
And that's worth a Shakespeare dance? He makes you think of, oh my god, yes, yes.
Says that coward line.
He talks exactly like Kuno from Ron Mahaf.
Because Kuno says Shakespeare lines. That
Does he?
Coward line that he said.
Cowards die many deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kuno, in their translation of it, cowards die like so many times before their death.
Cowards die many times before their death. Yeah, Kuno's like, cowards die many times before their deaths. So pigtailed girl, I must show my true devotion without any fear. Man, Ron Mahaf is great. If you want a show about a guy who turns into a chick whenever he touches hot water, and cold water, sorry. A guy that turns into a chick whenever he touches cold water, or a story about like kung fu tea ceremonies, and anything goes martial arts, and ice skating martial arts. The good old days of martial art. Yeah, watch Ron Mahaf. It's a time. Okay. So there's a character in Ron Mahaf that uses lines like Shakespeare does, or like Shakespeare does. Objection. But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that.
What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony.
If Mina would like to borrow it, we can lend it.
Mina, if you want to borrow like some bomb-ass anime, we will lend it to you. We have like a shitload of box sets, and it's great. Just watch out for the voice acting to turn to Inuyasha at some point.
Yeah.
That's the one unfortunate part.
Is that not so, Mr. Shakespeare?
Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain this inconsistency. Tell the court why it is the poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea.
You know what has to happen, Mina? We have to have a day where I just visit to just see your cats, and then drop off some anime DVDs.
It's not a good dub, so we can play the cats while it's on.
Yeah, we can do that, and then or we could have like an in-person collab or something. We could just play Mario Party again. Yeah, CaptnmcD played Mario Party on her own today. She wants to play Mario Party again. It's fun. It was a good time. The T, inconsistency. I shoehorned that one in there. It fits. It's good.
The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in a pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, ne'er did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of ice. Thus, 'tis no surprise that the poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap.
That's not true, because he wore lipstick and he put that shit on the cup. We can prove this one. Yo, okay, I'm gonna go for the instant one pun, and then we'll see. Still don't hate people yet, so it's chill to visit. Okay, we'll see. Oh no, I hope your cats don't hate me.
The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered, in my experience.
Oh, you've poisoned people?
You've poisoned people before, Zeeks?
Or been poisoned?
Or been poisoned.
Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance.
Ah, unless they are immune to
unless they are immune to iocane poison. But a real... no, it's like... You know that I know that you'd put the poison in your own cup, but you know that man is mortal, so you would have the poison as far away from you as possible. You're stalling for time. It's nonsense! I already know what cup has the poison in it, because you've told me everything! You know what they say, what is it? It's like, there's the commonly known saying, you never, what is it? Oh my god, it's...
enter into a land war in Asia or something.
Yeah, people know the common line, never enter into a land war with Asia, but fewer people know
The less common online, never enter a game of death with a Sicilian. Oh no, never
Game
enter.
of wits when death is on the line.
I'm bumbling this so hard. Never enter a game with wits with a Sicilian when death is on the line. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, watch The Princess Bride if you want to see that line not butchered and said in like
I think you need to watch.
I think I need
You
to.
clearly haven't memorized it yet.
I need to watch The Princess Bride until I remember. It has so many cool lines. Anyway,
The whole movie is quotable.
the whole movie is quotable. I agree. Watch the things I quote. Don't listen to my quotes because they're huge bumbles. Or get my quotes and put them next to the actual quotes, and we'll see how right I got them. No poison bottle was found at the scene. Because, quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room.
Did you search his room?
Did you search his room? Where's the poison? The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. What? This is like the lack of evidence is actually evidence in this case. It would only make sense that we couldn't find the bottle. He's very good at hiding things, cause he's sneaky and Japanese.
He's like, is it up your butthole?
Is it? Vesix, have you checked up your butthole? By now, it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused hands. Ah!
Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, be a common thief of gas.
That's not common. You're the only one in
But-
the city. They're spying on you.
Yeah, they're only spying on you. You're not. It's not a common thief. There's a harsh penalty.
But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me just fix my poll quickly.
Wherefore would I lie? Verily, I have no cause. I have naught to lose.
You
Well,
get fame in this trial for your acting.
I do declare. They're being they're like he admitted he's a thief. Nobody would do 2 crimes.
Thank you for your testimony, witness.
Why would he poison himself?
Why would he poison himself?
Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Okay. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the one shot, and we'll see if I'm wrong, or if the
What
game thinks I'm wrong.
If there was no poison involved at all, and he was just collapsed on his table.
'Cause of
till we
gas
knocked-
leak?
No, till we knocked down the door, and it's all just an attention grab.
Oh my god, yeah, there's not even an ounce of poison in this man. It was all acting this entire time, and he is just fucking with us.
I had to get my career off somehow. And don't you believe I put on such a great show? I had you all enthralled this entire time.
Okay, so is it my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poisoned? Okay, while feigning the structure of debate, ne'er did a drop from his own drink pass his lips. That is not true. There's no tea wrong on the inside of his cup.
Because he drank it immediately.
And there's also
We thought
lipstick.
it was just the shine.
Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, there's no tea line on his cup. Let's try it.
Objection.
Oh, 1 punch! Didn't even need to press. We're a cool guy. You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible.
How, chop logic? What is this, ye dark-clad fiend?
The 2 teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof.
Incontrovertible.
Zeke's gonna be
What
like, or
difference?
that he never poured tea in his cup.
He never... oh my god, he's gonna say it. Okay, CaptnmcD's bet. He never poured tea in his cup at all.
That's why he didn't get a tea ring.
That's why he didn't get a tea. Okay, we'll see if that argument really happens. Because that's probably gonna happen. Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's clearly a visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough.
Maybe for you.
Indeed.
Prince.
Such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while.
And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring.
Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean.
And prithee, sir, what makest thou of it?
He chugged that.
Exactly what Mr. Matsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted. Drink
Tea? While it's hot.
That's right. Yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. Oh, that's a good face. Oh, give me that face. I'm gonna steal your face. I'm gonna make it an NFT. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well, after the several hours the tea was left standing. But, in short, Mr. Shamspear, you clearly lied to the court. Again! How could this have happened? Get thee to an... Get thee to a nunnery! Please, I hope there are more Monty Python. I hope, as things degrade, he goes from Shakespeare quotes to Monty Python quotes. That would be an amazing transition, like, as he falls apart.
As a rule, I fill my hallowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial.
Up to? I think it exceeds
Up to?
7.
You might want to keep that information to yourself. I think you're above 7. Okay, whoa. Did he just totally emptied that glass in a second.
Yeah.
Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry.
How many cups are in that bottle?
I was about to say, I don't know what kind of bottle this man has. It's not a standard bottle.
To hold 7 cups, and
'Cause,
then he can do more than 7?
You know, any bottle of wine I've ever encountered is like 5. And that's like a good holding size. More than that, it becomes pretty ridiculous. I mean, not gonna lie, looking at him, I would believe that as a flex.
That he can do
That he
7
does more than
easily,
7. Yeah.
First thing in the morning?
Oh, listen, man. Some people that are about wine are like really about wine. And you know what cures a wine hangover?
More wine.
More wine. Your drinking habits are fascinating, but irrelevant. I'm gonna save that screen quote for something, I don't know.
On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory.
When you drink, you don't remember anything.
To William Shamspeare,
Yes, my liege.
though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused's cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken?
Oh my leading the witness?
Yep.
Like,
Objection.
dead ass leading the witness. Oh my god.
Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene?
I don't remember the teapot being at the scene.
The teapot was not at the scene.
A fact that has vanished from your memory until now.
Of course.
Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, 'tis as though thou seen with thine own eyes that night.
I wasn't at the scene.
Oh my god! The teapot wasn't there. Fancy, 'cause you fucking... Okay, let's just get back to it. What?
Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup.
How is this okay? Right? I know, right? It's so blatant. It's so insane how much they get away with.
But lo, when I looked, 'twas empty, and thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest.
Objection.
And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that?
Objection! People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead.
And the evidence shows that the
And there's
teapot
no
wasn't
fucking
there.
evidence, dude!
Just like it shows
But in
there's
any
no
case-
poison in the tea.
Oh,
It makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoilt cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court.
there's so much of an emphasis on bring evidence, and it's like, well then where's evidence of the poison that Natsume brought?
Obviously, he destroyed it.
Like, oh my god, it's infuriating. I mean, like, I know it's supposed to be, but it's like, it's really getting me. It's really awakening the fury.
Well,
A summary of the facts. Those are
I
conjectures.
was gonna say, well, you know what? Even though Edgeworth would get on us with his updated autopsy report,
Yeah.
at least it was evidence.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
an
yeah, that's
autopsy
true.
report.
That's true.
Man, he just throws nothing back.
Yeah, that's
Every
so
single time he's like, here's
That's-
some nothing.
that's so true. Yeah, so Edgework in the other Ace Attorney games has bullshit like, oh, Mr. Phoenix, how could you have neglected this obvious evidence that was at the scene that you had no access to? And then he just busts out evidence you never saw, and you're like, that's bullshit. But like, at least it was a real thing. With Van Zeeks,
Oh, you weren't
It's
past
like-
the updated autopsy report? Well, here it is, dude.
with Zeeks, it's just like, hey Zeeks, here's this hole in your theory. With evidence, oh, well, obviously, you haven't. Obviously, that's explained by this other third theory.
Obviously,
Van
no one
Zeeks.
opens their windows in the window.
But Zeeks, you have no proof for this. Obviously, the proof was destroyed, which makes perfect sense under my theory. And like,
And
just.
then when you have a theory, he goes.
And then whenever you have a
"That's
theory-
conjecture."
Yeah, whenever you have a theory, it's just like, that's conjecture. That's not worth anything. Fucking hate. I fucking hate Zeeks. I don't know how people like him. Zeke's got what, like 6th in the character poll?
Makes me far angrier than Edgeworth.
He got like 6th in the character poll or something.
Well, we don't know who his Japanese
And,
friend
like-
was that betrayed him. He's gonna have a story unveiled.
we know he's gonna have a story unveil. He's probably gonna have a character
But
turnaround.
Edgeworth's story unveil.
Oh,
versus
Edgeworth.
his annoyingness. It's like, cool, we get this.
Oh yeah, when Edgeworth finally turns, it's an awesome moment because he's just like, wait, can we get more time with the witness here? There's
Objection.
something up.
I thought I would have thought of
Something to say. And they're like, but wait, this is your witness, prosecution. And he's like, yeah, I just want to know what's going on here. With Zeeks, it's like outright like, the witness says something and he's just like, yes, this makes perfect sense in this theory with these facts. With, hey, Zeeks, where's your evidence? Obviously, I don't need it. I just need to stand here and look hot. How, like, how is this character so cool on the character polls?
I've been in retirement for 6 years. Obviously,
I'm
if
so
I
mad
bothered to
at this
come
man.
Here, it's true.
He better have, like, the coolest turnaround of all time, or anyone who
He
voted...
better be a space vampire.
Or anyone who voted for him on the character poll, I will shit talk relentlessly.
Testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts.
We've like proven multiple times that Shamspeare's a lying jackass. Okay, we need to move on.
We need to cool down.
We need to cool down. Or I'm gonna be yelling at Zeeks for like an entire half hour straight and ranting.
In
And
other
then you'll just
words,
title
The VOD.
stream.
I fucking hate Zeeks. That's gonna be my entire stream.
the inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist.
No! What does this mean then? Oh my god, fuck
You have
off!
to summation examination
Already?
over this?
Oh my god, this man's a fucking, okay. My words, ladies and gentlemen. Can I look at the text there that was said? Okay. What does this mean then? I do declare it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bet about thieving gas, obviously. My
Can we
words.
just show you a picture of the scene?
Can we show you a picture of the seat?
Teapot.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Can you add
We'll-
this
we'll-
to your
we'll just-
testimony?
We just have to keep going. This speed bump is just only gonna get us more and more
I
mad.
know.
My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery Alehouse that night, naught did pass my lips, but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped low as death.
His back is stooped low as death. Oh my god. We're gonna ding him on his posture. Shit, sorry, 1 second. I think I may have dropped a coin down my pants. Nope, I didn't. Okay, good. Anyway.
And on what did you dine, sir?
Why, I did partake of my favorites. A broth as would be called soup, and a leaf as would be called salad.
Just fucking say soup and salad.
As insalubrious as a menu as the establishment where it was served.
But you gods will give us some fault to make us men. Willingly would I suffer what punishment is seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray ye wise and noble fellows, never forget the simple truth. That be one thing, and this another.
You're right. Oh my god, he's so theatrical.
Jurozal, your humble servant Shamspeare doth entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
My lord! Who jumped in?
My lord!
Oh, shut up. I'm not even gonna read this. I'm just gonna go. Oh my god. I believe we've been duped by the rotten defense lawyer. Fuck off. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just mashing through this. I don't give a shit what these people have to say. I don't care. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'm just gonna fucking go ahead. Get us the summation examination. We agree with the victim, because he said something and he's really pretty.
He sparkles.
He sparkles when he talks. He's so... Oh my fucking god. Okay, fine. Just guilty. Go for it. Gentlemen of the jury, you will state your guilty votes now. Yeah. Alright. We knew this was coming, but it doesn't make it feel better anytime.
I do enjoy this one.
Oh, I like the fire. Yeah, the fire animation is nice. The dunk, 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 dunk.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord.
I am surprised they still allow fire though after that carriage caught fire.
Yeah, I'm surprised that fire is still part of the court proceedings, even though, you know, the Magnus trial ended the way it did. That's fine. We're cool with fire still. Look at his fucking wiggle. Yeah, look at this. This fucking wiggle. This fucking asshole. I hate him so much. Oh, happy day. Van Zeeks. How is this happening? How is this fucking happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination.
Yes.
Very well, the court upholds the defense's right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged. Let me remind you that if it wasn't for this Japanese man, you could all be having lunch right now. So, you know, just keep that in mind. This court could have been over, but it's kind of one guy's fault.
That's how it usually goes.
Actually, no, that should be like,
let me remind the jury why we are all here. It is because a certain Nipponese fellow has decided to stretch out the facts and waste all our time.
that's basically what's happening. Okay. Jurors contentions.
I'm a man of logic, me. Now, having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. What?
I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
The stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is. What does that have to do with the case?
None of these relate to poison.
None of these relate to...
Or Soseki or tea. They're still on the gas.
Oh, but you know what? I can make the gas lady fight her. I can make the gas... I can make her fight the other lady.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and maintain the pipes.
Not one of these jurors is talking about the case.
Not one of these jurors is talking about the case, like, at all.
Ah.
Except for Bruce, who's saying, like, this case makes sense to me.
Juror number 5 has also mentioned tea.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to do some pressing. We have to do some pressing here.
Truth be told, what tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
That's because you steal her savings and gamble them away.
Yeah, it's because you steal the savings and gamble away. Nothing else passed the victim's lips that night. There's no explanation, is there?
That's not true. He had a soup and a salad.
He had a soup and a salad, and possibly a bar of soap. I still think he ate the soap.
He looked like he had bubbles on his
He
face.
does. You know what? He might not have eaten that half soap that was there, but I wouldn't put it past him to take down a whole bar.
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas.
Okay, you know what? At least the judge is acknowledging
You
this.
judge?
I do feel that perhaps personal opinion about gas and its supplies influence decisions somewhat.
Nobody's talking about the cave.
But never mind.
No, you really should mind.
The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shamsby was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that.
How are we supposed to turn this around?
I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamsby was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly.
But surely almost impossible at this stage.
If we don't manage it, though, Mr. Natsume will
Be found guilty.
He acted it, then took strychnine at the hospital.
He took
which was why it was
Wait.
in the cupboard.
Oh my
for Mrs.
God.
Green to drink.
Oh my god, you're actually right.
Because
Yo.
why would there be poison at the hospital?
Oh my god. He had the... No, what if he had the poison at his house and then left it at the hospital? And he held it in his poofy dumb hat. Wait, is he actually even wearing a hat? I can't even recall his face.
He's got poofs all over
My
him.
memory
It's
is
being
clouded by rage.
No delays, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Oh my god, yeah, no, just... I can't believe how right CaptnmcD is. Yo, she called it. He brought the poison with him to the fucking hospital. Jury examination.
Because we need to tie that into it.
So what if it was just a gas leak and he just fucking ate it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's press it. What evidence is there? All the evidence, you say?
That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointed at that Japanese man with a big mustache.
You're one to talk, Mr. Wario Stash.
You know what he's so...
Yeah, says the Englishman with the bigger mustache.
which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind.
If only we had that kind of evidence. I'm sure we're gonna get it from pressing other people or something.
Don't worry, the summation examination has barely started, really. Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light.
Let's hope so. To start with, though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock.
I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand what the man would want to avoid paying.
Okay, this is not the time or place to be discussing the price of gas, madam.
But really, think of the injustice. Air is a gas, and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money?
It's heated.
Oh man, there's just like,
Fuel?
pipes are fucking hard to maintain and do work. Like, she was actually right on that one.
Yeah, I'd be like, so air is just around.
Air is just around.
You have to
do you
find
have
gas, contain it, and then send it places.
Do you have petroleum anywhere? Is it in your pocket? I didn't think so. That's because at room temperature and in air it dissipates and is useless.
That's why it's not free.
It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever.
This is not the time or place to be ruthless either.
If I might interject here.
Oh, she's doing it for
Oh, she's doing it for us. Yes, madam.
It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price of our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man. I hate that man specifically now. That unkempt...
Oh, no. Not. Oh my gosh. She thinks the wrong man is stealing gas.
That unkempt mustache, those hunched soldiers, poisoning tea and stealing gas, utterly unforgivable.
No, Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go on adding more crimes.
Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas.
It's this weird thing of like court says man is guilty, and then jurors are like,
so a man is guilty of everything we've discussed ever.
and then the jurors are like, what? How can we trust this man? He's been accused of a crime. Like, it's like circular logic with a single point. I've enjoyed juror role number 4's role in this trial. Yeah, she's kind of holding it down.
She's like,
She is here for a single purpose. That's not even related to the death directly, but she's like, I'm getting this fucking guy. That stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is.
It sure is.
It is, yes, actually. Can we please talk about the poison rather than the gas, do you think, sir? Well, if you like. I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time. Okay, you'd take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer man.
She's like, you're with the only logic in this room.
Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Oh! You're right. I hadn't considered that at all. Young lawyer man. Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representation. As the company's like, you're right, and it's so cold. Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure. Wait, what if that's why we can't do law? Because we work for Altamont Gas? We're just like, you know what? F this, we're gonna work for Money Man.
I mean, they would pay you to be retained on them until they have a case for you.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Why? Can we get literally any more information aside from I'm biased? And to a person not even in this case.
And nothing related to tea or poison or Soseki.
Got it. Gas doesn't come cheap, you know. Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? There's an all-out attack underway here, in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so.
If I have time to speak, I am defending my
If I have time to speak, I am talking about gas. She's really buzzing now. All I've heard about our wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there's nothing in comparison.
Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, madam. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable.
My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know. More devious? Who, madam? Other gas companies, of course. Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting. We generate gas and deliver it to our customers fair and square.
Indeed, nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. I use them myself.
But there are other unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. Oh, so like, hey, we have a box for turbo gas, but let us just look at your gas box. We'll upgrade it for you. Yo, this is equivalent of like, imagine like an internet service provider just breaks in your house and replaces your router, and they're like, we're your internet now. But they're still the old
unlimited.
Yeah.
And then they provide it to all of the units in that area.
They buy an unlimited data plan and then they split it amongst a bunch of people. That's what they do. And sell that.
They steal your gas. How on earth is such a thing possible?
A gas company like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft. Yeah, they're leeching off the system. When we visit a customer's house to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these devious companies has been up to its tricks.
He's been up to it.
Why is this man standing with his mouth so agape. It's he's just like they're just going, oh, like what the fuck? Yeah, dude, you got something to say? Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh golly, you mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct? Well, yes. I just got a little riled up about it recently, you see? Go on. An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work.
But I guess it wasn't.
We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out a secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. A secret check? So I let him in, and do you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there. Oh, please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily.
Okay.
And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment. Oh, so they were checking like their neighbors' houses or something like that.
Oh, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe, the lights on an adjacent property with no contract with the company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might, and you can guess what happened, can't you? A backfire? Well, if you blew that hard, then... Wait, you mean... That's right. The lights didn't just flicker, they went out. Along with the stove. Gas started pouring into the house. Oh, fuck!
No wonder he hates
What a disaster. Is someone fucking doing that at their house? That's because the stove keeps going out.
The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out.
I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. Huh. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room.
So then that gas leak in the stove could have been a murder.
Yeah, so the gas leak in the stove could have been a murder. It could... Yo, that's a wild assassination style. But, like, yeah, that's possible. So that's something people could do back in the day. They just go to your neighbors. They just go to, like, someone who shares the same, like, pipe as you. Yo, what internet are you on? And then you go to someone else's, and then you download 1,000 viruses onto his router through your friend's router.
Did you get 10,000 viruses?
Did you download a virus? Did you download 10,000 viruses?
Yes, very yes.
Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps...
Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Kadunk! Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh, well, if you like, I don't mind.
Well, I do. That's our company's secret method of identifying the rogues that tried to diddle us.
Like I said, madam, it's widely known already. Ma'am, I do that to check if my neighbors are stealing my gas in the first place. Just so you know. I actually disconnect the pipes on my own to sniff the gas. It smells very nice. I'm gonna keep dropping this
Yeah,
coin.
you're not allowed it back this time.
Okay.
It's near me.
Very well, juror number 3. You will amend your statement accordingly.
I'm sorry, I'm extremely fidgety. I have to have like 5 things in my hands at all times. Yes, my lord, although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. blow too hard into a gas pipe, and you extinguish everything in the house. And then you're in real trouble. Okay, gas doesn't come for free. Okay, so we got that from this. And I don't think we're really going to get anything else from her.
I was going to say, do you want to go to the end of her? Hold it! The other guy for the cutoff.
Yeah, we could go to the end of her statement. Well, we'll go to this, though, to just mix it up,
Yeah.
keep it fresh. You mean it's poisoned?
Oh, that's right. It's happened to Ty a few times now.
Your wife's trying to kill you?
That is most troubling indeed.
He had it coming.
He had it coming. Oh,
Now
man.
you know why this guy makes me think of that.
He had it coming.
Yeah, he had it coming. Watch the musical Chicago, if you can. If you want to see stories about, wives killing their husbands, and getting out of jail in a very theatrical manner. We'll go with that. Yeah, Chicago, check it out.
I don't get wages. I get in at tea time, see? I see her doing it. My wife. She gets that devilish look on her face. She slips some white powder in my cup.
I think that's sugar, or cocaine, or opium. Actually, I don't know what opium looks like. I don't want to Google what opium looks like in case that starts to point things at me. I don't know what drugs are.
One drugs, please.
And I'll have 1 drugs, please. And you drink it anyway.
I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it.
Wow.
I'm poisoning this glass. Please take it.
It'd be rude for me to refuse.
Juror number 5.
Yeah, juror number 5. Drink this. I pissed in it.
Well, it'd be rude of me to refuse.
And what happened to you? What did it taste like?
Oh, it was god awful, believe you me. Salty as that.
Oh, she put salt in the tea. Oh, man. So, at one of the places I've worked at, I used to work at CaptnmcD's back in the day when I was a youngin'. And something that bosses used to do to people, because one thing that you're allowed when you work there is you can get free drinks. But bosses don't want you, like, taking drinks and leaving them everywhere because it's a mess, and then people forget whose drink is what. So, you didn't want people leaving their drinks everywhere. So what they do is, if you left your drink alone and your eyes were off it for like a second, anyone who caught you, like any manager who caught you, would pour like vinegar or salt in your drink to watch you drink it, and then you drink it, you're like, oh, and then they're like, don't leave your drink lying around. And it was always great because it fucked with everyone. And you would tell people that they would do it, and they would still leave their drinks out until they
But
learned.
didn't you say one guy was like, yeah, I'm used to it?
Oh, there was one guy who drank it, and he was just like, and he finished his drink anyway. Yeah. Oh. Wait. And okay, no, that's another. So I'll wait for the orange juice that we put literally everything in story. That's another time. That's not poison. Even I love the points where, even though we know Van Zieks is silent during all this, where it has to be shown how silent he is. And the judge. And
Then I think perhaps what your wife put in your tea was salt.
No. So, she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly, eh? Unbelievable. What a coward. Let's move on, please.
okay, so that man's useless in this testimony. Nothing else passed the victim's lips that night. There's no other explanation, is there?
Hold it!
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you'd change your leaning? Ah, sorry? What's that now? Oh, I was just saying, if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night. What's the matter with you? Sorry, what? I said, if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all? I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here.
Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all,
His is related.
it would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently.
I guess the trouble is
He doesn't listen to us.
he has selective hearing? Exactly. But still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. Okay. This is hopeless. Okay, so we'll do Altamont Lady, and then we'll start pitting people. There's no way for me to appeal these people.
I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way...
Oh, excuse me, I'm gassy.
Is by exposing the way Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. We have to prove that it happened some other way, and not via Mr. Natsume's tea.
Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea how it did happen.
Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten.
Oh, like what?
It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something someone else says.
Okay, so that's, you know what that's telling me? That's telling me that his thing is the thing we have to deal with.
If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'd be more than happy to, of course.
Tutorial? Once again, Sasato's offering me a tutorial.
Soseki's fate is entirely in your hands.
His fate's in my hands, I'm holding it. I'm rolling it around in there. It's nice and heavy.
I was gonna say, is it? I feel like it's just like dripping.
Oh yeah, his fate is just dripping through the fingers. I can't get a good hold on it. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. Perhaps I ought to let Sasato-san remind me. Then again, no need. I'm good, I'm good. Oh, excuse me. Oh.
You need a Kleenex.
Oh, that one woke me up. Actually, I don't think there's any need. But thank you. It's vital that we start trying to change these drawers' mind as soon as possible.
Of course, I'm sure you're right. But if you decide you would like your memory to be refreshed, you need only ask Mr. Naruhodo.
Aw, Susato, you're a doll. You're the best. Alright, okay, you know, I kind of want to just see what would happen here to just get these two to fight. I can see why he doesn't offer for gas. Hey, gas is expensive.
Lady fight, lady fight.
Lady fight, lady fight. Are fundamentally at odds with one another.
They are,
Nope.
but they're not relevant to the case.
They're not relevant to the case. Okay, fine. Okay, won't. No cat fight, no cat fight. So we have to deal with, and we can't present anything, I think. Can we present things? Yeah.
Summation.
Yeah, okay. So we have to use this man's statement for sure.
I think we should still put at the end of Altamont Ladies.
You want to go to the end of Altamont Lady's statement? Okay.
Yeah, if we don't check on what Mr. Cat decides or says.
Okay, I'll mash the first
So
star.
that we don't get that.
Let's go. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Electricity is dangerous. Gas companies, yep. I love the, like, looking at juror number 3 going, oh. They steal your gas, how's that possible? Ba-ba-da-ba-da. They steal the gas. It's almost unbelievable. But it's happening all the time, right here in the capital. It's very difficult selling something you can't see, you know. Very difficult indeed.
Thank you, that will do. Clearly, this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already. I concur, though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. For he is full of hot air.
To a new career in nothingness. Oh. Thank you so much. That, I mean, Zeke, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's useless. You know, I can't see your brain, so... Oh, got him.
You will turn your attention to the next juror's assertion, please, counsel.
So she didn't really add much.
She didn't have much. Okay. So we're gonna talk to him to Pit because he's gonna have to do something. We'll try Old Man because it's like, you might have been poisoned.
Oh, so you think that it could have been a gas leak?
It could have been a gas leak. I'm gonna go for, hey, what if he poisoned by gas leak?
Objection!
Music stopped.
Good gracious. To whose statement do you refer, counsel?
Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said? Yeah, what? Of course. I hear him mumbling about something or other. There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a matter of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question. What? What explanation? I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene? To see if there were any traces of poison there?
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
Hold it.
What a piece of work is a man.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Shamspeare?
What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange that what I say to thee, sir?
I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room.
So that when they check stuff.
And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Oh, good lord! I tasty them gas pipes. Is that what he's saying?
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry, he tried to fill his belly with gas?
Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him.
For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon I have to kiss pipes.
Objection, you are definitely a buffoon. This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nepalese friend's conjecture.
Only my own conjecture.
Only my own conjectures allowed in here.
To begin with, the lamp in the victim room is high on the wall.
There's a box.
Oh my god.
that he stood
Like
on.
fucking, let's look at that. Let's look at that shit immediately. Look at this. He's giving the pipe the suck. Yo, he's definitely giving the pipe the suck. You can see it. You can see, he's getting high.
In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist.
He could stand on a fucking box. It's not that high. Oh my god.
I think being a contortionist would actually help you less.
Yeah, being a
Probably
contortionist would be
contort
negative help.
Yourself to make you that much taller.
All right, come on. No possible proof. No possible proof. Say it. Say it, Zeeks. Say, show me evidence.
Objection.
It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamsier put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions,
He was up by that.
Mr. Shamsier has been doing something in front of the lamp on his wall. And I have evidence to prove it.
Huh? Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I. Let's have this evidence then. He couldn't possibly reach that pipe. It's 8 feet off the ground. And no, he couldn't possibly reach that pipe. It's 7 feet off the ground, and he's only 5 feet tall. What? There's no way.
He didn't have any furniture.
There's no furniture in his room. He's a poor actor. He couldn't afford a ladder. He used a box as a ladder. Who uses boxes as ladders?
A box would break under this.
A box would break under this.
Like, actually, he's starving.
We can write entire jury conversations
He's
on
starving.
how bad this
Those
is.
ruffles hide how thin he is. He's actually very light.
He stood in front of his gas lamp. Yo, he's giving the pipe the suck. Yeah, that's why there was nothing to do with the painting. It's straight up. He's
We
he's
thought
there.
that he was hiding something behind the painting, but
No, he's
it
dealing
was
with the pipe.
Lamp.
He's dealing with the pipe.
What the?
These are, wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints, counsel. I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It reveals all the places that Mr. Shamspeare touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. That's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's the great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure. I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating.
We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. But here it is, looking to give the pipe the suck. However, Mr. Shamsier also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room.
And more than anything else.
For example, here. Around hanging picture here, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
Oh, indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, Imagine standing with your hands where those prints are. And you would find yourself directly in front of... Oh!
I don't believe it.
The gas lamp! Oh. Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspear has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp.
Right. What have you been up to, you not?
I'm ignoring you. I'd ask the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker.
Which Mr. Garrett did.
And now, if you recall Mr. Juror number 3's statement... What? Me now? When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas start to leaking, and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is... If Mr. Shamspear were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in this room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will. And he really wants that middle floor.
Yeah, he wants
Soseki
to pass away.
He wants Soseki to die so he can take that room.
That's why.
Cracky.
Even with the poison stuff, he's like, no, it's Soseki.
Yeah, it's all Soseki.
So I can have his room.
He's doing everything he can to get Soseki out of that room.
Soseki did the knife, not me. Get him out of that room.
Soseki did the knife, get him out of the room. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, Shamspear is racist. Are you suggesting...
He just really wants that room.
He really wants that room.
Are you suggesting the man purposefully caused the gas too?
Objection. That's conjecture. Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I'm going to break that rule because I can do whatever the fuck I want in this courtroom, apparently. I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law. What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zeeks? The curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, this so-called skin prints.
Just like our other invention.
Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case.
My no evidence is so much stronger. Fake new evidence.
Yeah, my lack of evidence is clearly stronger than your fake made-up evidence that I'm holding in my hand.
But it's exciting new forensic technique, developed by a great detective.
It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. Certainly, even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But... Please, my lord, if I may.
Mr. Sato.
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wished to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene, as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh.
And, if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree.
Not guilty.
Yeah, take that, Zeeks. We can just sway them too.
Just the way you swayed them.
Yeah, just the way you swayed them with your non-evidence. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Juror number 3.
Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what shady actor fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Susato dropping bombs. Yo, Susato, like, actually coming in killer clutch on that one. And thank you, and thanks for swinging by, the mellow Chris. Hope your evening's going well. But yeah, it's straight up just Susato's like, it wasn't evidence. We're just saying this is what Mr. Sholmes saw, and we thought the jurors would think it was cool.
Yeah.
And the jurors are like, we do think it's cool.
What's the matter with you two? I was foolhardy.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait. You heard his lordship. It's not fair dinkum evidence.
I don't care. I'm doing this anyway.
And who else are we gonna get? We gotta get one more person on our side.
Altamont Gas Lady.
Altamont Gas Lady.
Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. If just one more juror changes his or her mind. Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue.
Thank you, Mr. Sato. I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Oh, Shamspeare's sweating. Why, Mr. Shamspeare? You seem to be losing your composure.
Really needs to get in that room.
He needs to get in that room real bad.
Just one more june, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it.
Very well. Continue, counsel.
Man of logic. Great. Oh, we've got new things. Is that like a teal? Is it just me or that's like a different color? Oh, we can't press them. They're
Because they've
already
already been
impressed. They've been used. Okay, so sketchy tea. Gas is expensive. What do we get from them? Wow, what do we actually have to work with here? This is
Top hat versus tea. I don't know. Nothing. Hold it. Their stuff. Really.
all the evidence you say.
Right, there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing to that Japanese man with a big mustache.
Let's just demonstrate another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that?
What, your so-called skin prints?
Oh, hey, we can press them again.
Okay.
It's an exciting friend developed by the great detective himself.
Numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Well, yes, I won't deny it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence.
Prosecution's not allowed to talk. He is not allowed to talk.
Didn't give you any evidence.
The prosecution's giving you no evidence. They've given you a nothing as evidence. They're like, the poison vial doesn't exist, therefore he was the person who did it.
Besides,
Yes?
even if the fellow's been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozen times before, doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
What? That's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty. Oh, damn it.
We've undone our.
No, wait.
Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese courts can, that is.
Just leave our nationality out of this, please.
Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back.
I'm guilty again. Oh my god. Extra guilty. Guilty turbo. Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamsy really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question?
Can we look at our court record?
I have supporting testimony. Cause his gas goes out every night.
Okay.
Also, I've never seen testimony as an option before.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it's
That's
gotta be our
true.
play.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm going on video game logic here.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Let me just look, just in
None
case.
of these relate
Yeah.
to it.
I can't prove it. I have supporting testimony. No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony?
This is incredible. Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garadeb residence that night. Namely, so do you go for Soseki or Garadeb?
Both of them have told us gas.
Yeah, both of them told us gas stuff.
But was Garadeb on the stand at all?
He's never been on the stand.
So it's Soseki.
Let's go
If
Soseki.
it's testimony, it's things said specifically in court.
Let's go with Soseki. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself.
Defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! Even on that fateful night it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shamspeare's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me!
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
Good golly!
So that Shamspear fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man stove go out on purpose.
Which he's been doing for 3 months.
How does
Hasn't
that?
gotten him
What would we do that for?
to get his room.
Mr. Foreman,
What is it, man?
we cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there's more to this case than meets the eye.
Ah. Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
Alright, Miss First.
Mr. First, let's rock. It's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Thank goodness.
As the defendant has rightfully indicated, the summation examination is concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now call guilty, 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial.
Thanks, Judge.
Mr. William Shamspear,
My lord, how can thy humble Shamspear serve thee?
Why are you trying to kill Soseki?
what say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either, the lamp or the pipe.
Well, your handprints have made a tight mess all over the wall there. How'd you explain that, eh? I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. All of you shut up before you say something useful to Naruhodo. Oh, me? As I went on some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
As does your proof of any poison.
As does your proof of any poison coming from Soseki. But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Sham's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there...
Objection!
What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of the tea were required.
Yes?
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if the poison to be spread on the pipe, it would have been completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
Kill another man there?
There's only one possibility that I can think of.
Just like the Romeo and Juliet wrestling
And
match,
that
he
is-
probably wanted to win, but wasn't as strong as
Yeah, maybe he wanted to just kill Soseki in a wrestling match. To use the leaking gas to commit murder.
Objection.
Nope.
Order! Order! Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. So Shamsphere wanted to end the life of... Soseki.
Take that!
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing.
Live around these parts myself, so I know what it's like. Can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time.
Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamsphere was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder.
Good gracious!
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then that arises is who put it there.
Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspear's murderous designs?
They spied on him every night?
You mean to suggest?
The B-Man.
Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Oh, based on... okay, sure, whatever.
Whatever Mr. William Shamspear may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack.
Did it to himself?
And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend?
Well, then, at this point, then we want to say Shamspear jail, Soseki jail, everyone jail. Jurors jail. I mean, at this point, couldn't we say, how about they just call it even, and they have to move?
You both tried to kill
You
each
both
other.
tried to kill each other. Neither of you succeeded.
Restraining
orders
for both of you.
And you guys play rock, paper, scissors for who has to move.
Soseki wants to go back to Japan anyway.
Yeah, Soseki wants to go back to
So
Japan anyway.
Soseki will leave. You can have Soseki's room.
Ace Attorney is really just one big game of reverse Uno. It's like, I have all these cards that are like +2. I'm playing actual cards, and like, Zeke's has like the reversal cards from 5 decks. And draw 4s, and that's his entire hand. I'm like, Zeke's, you don't seem to have any real cards.
Checkmate.
How did you manage to turn that around me on so rapidly?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspear's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
You mean, name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison. It's all pointing to a particular person now.
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again.
Just throw Susato under the bus. She's Japanese. They'll believe it. Oh my god, they would. And I love how whenever
And
he's
we'd have no evidence.
whenever he's winning with no evidence, he's like
Jury vote.
when and I can't be like, hey jury, can you all just say not guilty? Can you believe it? No, I still doubt. Meanwhile, random old man or whatever's just like, I still think he's guilty for no reason.
Oh, what? Ah, don't you worry. We know exactly what.
Stop that.
Stop it. There's one other person who I believe could have been involved in all this. The true culprit of this crime
The true culprit. A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you. He's like, I'm not even gonna care that was backhanded as fuck, but...
Thus tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory?
Miss Garadeb again,
Who's the so-called true culprit of this crime?
The gas man B.
Oh, yo, you think he did it?
Well, we're trying to just put a motive of who is wanting to stop him from blowing the pipes.
Yo, what if it's Garadeb? Because he's super involved with, because I'm not sure, because, okay, not any of the NPCs, not Olive Green, she's not around. Yeah, not around, she had no opportunity. Soseki, obviously we can't vote Soseki, not him.
The gas B man was there that night. He said he's been monitoring him all the time.
But he hasn't been in the unit to, like, poison him. Do you want me to put Gatsby?
Who are you gonna put? Do you think it's Mr. Ross?
So I don't think Garadeb would poison him. I think he poisoned himself.
I think he poisoned himself too, but we need to have somebody with a motive to make this case go longer, to then be like, okay, but it was actually himself.
I
Can he pick
mean,
himself?
let's pick himself.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah, fuck it, he poisoned himself.
We think it's him.
Take that!
Nope, guess not.
You claim this person.
Yeah, okay, that's generic text.
Perhaps, my learned Nipponese friend, you should turn those wide eyes of suspicion on yourself. Reckless reasoning makes you
That's why I
far.
said I don't think that they'll accept that it's him. Right
Yeah,
away.
they
Like,
won't.
I agree
We know
with
it's
you.
him.
I think he didn't put it on the pipe. He just took it.
Yeah, I think he just took it.
Got rid of it at the hospital.
Okay. Concentrate harder. Harsh. True culprit of the crime.
Because there's not many people who were there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, F it. Let's guess Gasman. Do. Nope, not Gasman. Alright, I'll try Garadeb.
Because he's the only one in the house. Because that's basically what I'm like, gas man's at the house every day.
Oh, this could be our death. And I mean, if it's not him, I'm gonna guess Duncan Ross, because it's just he's the only other person who's in the building. Actually, F it. Let's just guess Duncan.
You think he's alive?
Oh, yo, imagine if he is.
Go for it.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, who the F is
Take that!
Yeah, okay, no, they don't even know.
Yeah, so Garadeb?
Okay, so Garadeb. Okay, we're gonna guess Garadeb. Because he's the only other person in the building. And he's always very involved with these dealings.
Well, maybe it'll bring him to the stand so that we can bring up Duncan Ross in the other room. Like, maybe this is just gonna be a way to get his testimony.
Nope, not him either. Wow. Not Garadeb. Whoa, okay, we lose. Oh no, we are die.
When did we last say?
Who knows? We'll go back to the beginning of the scene. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Council. That will
Nobody else
do.
was at the scene.
Nobody else was there, yeah. I mean, what if they just have poison on the pipes? Like, yeah, like what if it's Altamont Lady?
The boss lady said,
Just put poison on the pipes so that no one can give them the suck.
because that's the company secret.
Yeah.
But
No.
I guess the company knows it's there, so they wipe it before they
They
do
wipe it and then reapply it.
Guilty!
Okay, well, we'll do the song and dance. We bumbled.
Because
Guilty.
that's why it's like, that gas man's actually at the house, is why I said
Yeah.
gas man. I think he's more believable than boss lady, but we'll try everyone.
Yep.
We don't know.
In accordance with the findings of the court, pronounce you guilty, sentenced to death, even though someone else made an attempt on your life. Thank you, rigged jurors. We'll see you again next time Naruhodo decides to show his face in here. Make sure he shuts up. Dun-dun-dun. Try again. Retry from the scene. Okay. Okay. Is the start of the current scene gonna be name someone guilty?
I hope so.
It's gonna be right after the summation, I'm pretty sure. Okay, there we go. Okay,
Well, it's
good.
right
It's
there.
just here. Okay, there's literally less than 10 people on that list, so
So we can do it.
we
this
can kind of
time.
just do it. We can kind of just say everyone. It was Greg's. No. So we guessed Garadeb, right? That was the
Yeah.
one that killed us.
So you want to try B Lady and Mrs. Green? Those are the.
Yeah. I mean, we can try B Lady.
It was you, Fancy.
Nope, it was not B Lady.
Are we gonna say Olive Green?
How would that even work?
She was in the hospital, but we like I said,
Like, she has a connection to the case,
Yeah.
but I don't know how we're gonna connect this. Yeah, like fucking literally, there's not even a lot of people here. Olive Green? How would that even work?
Well, we weren't in the building, so us, Iris, Sholmes,
Right? Like, it can't be us.
and Greg's theoretically are our last choices because we think that all of us were elsewhere.
Yeah, and we
She's at
guessed
least
Ross, right?
Yeah, so she's at least related to the case, is why she's the next on
Take that!
mine as well.
Oh, here we go. The name. Oh, wait.
Because she had the poison.
Revenge maybe? For Duncan?
I guess, but I thought she was in the hospital that night, so.
I don't even know. I think we just want to bring him to court.
Yeah.
You're the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare, I believe. Oh, no, because the poison... Okay, well, I don't know. Let's just see where this goes. Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green? I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel.
Yes, yesterday's case.
But I don't recall
It's
where.
2 days ago now.
Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago.
I mean, she had a hit ordered on her, like, 6 days ago.
The victim in the recent case of a stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
And proven not guilty for... Oh my god,
he was.
Zeke's, you fucking manipulative asshole.
Oh, of course, yes. Miss Green. She was left comatose for 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago. And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place
Yeah.
3 days
That's
ago.
why we didn't pick her.
Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
I agree.
True, on the night the incident occurred, Miss Green was in the hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday,
And she had.
and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Oh, good gracious, she had poison.
And there's another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well.
She was in the hospital bed next
The
to
defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray, what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of her.
And judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friends fast through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that. Sick.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Very well. I grant the request.
Excellent. I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
So when we go here, there is no evidence to say that there was any poison in the room. you can't prove there was poison there or that Soseki put it there.
Yep.
He can say yes. But when we go, that lady who was comatose in bed and not released from the hospital, she could have done it. They're like, yeah, let's go subpoena her.
Yeah, like, how come they allow this? You know what?
I just don't understand.
I think this court just likes bold moves and big jumps. If you have too much evidence, they're like, this isn't interesting. That's not a
stupid.
show. Van Zieks can't annihilate them like this.
Yes.
We need more ridiculous plot lines. Alrighty. I think that might be a good time to call it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good to be continued. Because next might be the end of it, and it's going to tie it together all the things, I think. Or at least a decent amount of them. Yeah, I think that's a good time to call it.
Okay.
That was a good 2.5 hours. We'll play more tomorrow. We'll see much... Are you working tomorrow?
In the daytime.
In the day? Okay. So we can get out on at a decent hour. We can get this going. So... We discovered... that actually, we didn't, like, learn a lot this much.
No.
I feel like a lot was just kind of gone over. I forgot to resize my assets on this page. Okay, wait. Let's fix that. Whoops.
Like your little body?
My tiny head on a big body. Yeah. That's fine. This one doesn't show it anyway. But yes. We didn't learn too much. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. We learned a bunch of random stuff.
We learned about Bob Ross.
We learned about Duncan Ross, about Bob Ross, and how she's going to be connected to this business, and how her backstabbing was not an accidente.
Doesn't seem like
It doesn't seem like an
it
accidente.
seems like it was an effort to get rid of her related to the other case and get Soseki out of that room.
There's a lot of getting rid of people that are tied to something else that we don't get to know about yet. So, I mean, we'll figure that out. Who knows? So, we'll say a quiet goodbye here. It's been chill. We gotta say thanks for watching. Oh, 23rd February. Oh no, this is in the future. We're not allowed to see this. The Old Bailey.
11:30.
Oh no, it's 11:30 a.m. It's been 12 hours. Oh no, how crazy. Okay, let's
It
quit.
hasn't been 12 hours. It's been 1 hour.
No, it's 11:20 right now, and it's 11:20 in the game.
Oh.
It's been 12 hours.
You're relating our time.
I'm relating our time to the game time, which are identical at the moment. In a weird, coincidental way. That kind of works out. Save complete. So we'll be back at it again tomorrow. We hope y'all have a good evening. And we'll see you for, hopefully, the resolution of this case.
Yeah. I think we'll be able to finish.
Yeah, we'll probably finish the case. Take it easy, and have a good night. Peace out, y'all.